Jose Bernier spends his days teaching students at General Brown while incorporating Spanish culture into his lessons. But what many don't realize is how close to home the subject really is.
Because as I said, I was born and raised in Puerto Rico, but I've been in Spain, I've been in Argentina, and different countries in Latin America. I lived a year in Mexico City when I was a kid too. It makes it easier to teach.
Bernier's journey started in Puerto Rico, but growing up, he experienced many different cultures in his own neighborhood.
I played with Argentinians, Chileans, Uruguayans, Spaniards, French, Italians.
He grew up playing soccer, which he now coaches at General Brown, but it's fitting since the game is what led him over the ocean in the first place.
And then I got scouted to play for Seton Hall for soccer. That's in New Jersey.
The move was just the beginning, as he decided to dedicate the next years of his life to serving the country.
Went to MEPS in New York City and joined the Army.
Wow.
Then did 4 years and got stationed at Drum and got out. And I stayed here ever since.
After leaving the military, Bernier found himself at the front of North Country classrooms, sharing his personal experience with his students.
But no, I think it was an advantage because they would ask, oh, how was it? How's the food there, lifestyle, and so forth. So I would change topic and talk about it.
How do you think students responded to that?
Well, you have to incorporate, when you teach a language, you're supposed to teach the cultural component. So it helps, when you're knowledgeable about it.
Although his upbringing allowed him to connect with students, to Bernier, the culture was simply his life.
It was actually easier to teach the language because you have those real-life experiences. I think one disadvantage is that you probably take it for granted.
Over the years, he learned how to successfully teach students about the importance of Hispanic culture.
If they're having a hard time doing culture, you got to start then small, and then build from that. Because, some kids here have never left a zip code, and if you introduce something so foreign and different, they might find it comical or whatever, and then you as a teacher, you'll probably be offended because, I worked all of this, So I always started very small and I lead them with questions and then go from there.
Bernier and his family still go back to visit Puerto Rico and his relatives, but he says it never quite feels the same.
No, it's weird because also as you grow older and you live far away, when you go back, it seems more different.
Although Bernier has lived in many different cultures and places, he's proud to now call the North Country his home.
Make a long story short, where I come from is back then was good and exciting, but to raise a family, it's not safe and it's gotten worse. So I just stayed because it was so different from my upbringing, and I was thinking about what if I have kids.